Hey guys, welcome to another video. Sorry we haven't posted in such a while. I was a little busy with the shop. A lot of things were going on, a lot of moving parts. But today I'm bringing you a different type of video. Today I'm bringing you a sit down. We're gonna have a little bit of a talk and discussion of what you do with insurance companies, how the body shop industry works, how the insurance company works, and the process of moving along. A little bit more of an informational video here. So I hope you guys like it. Like and comment below what you like to see. If you like the video, if you like this style, or you like the other style, we'll just keep mixing it up here and there, and we'll see how it goes. The first thing is, you get into an accident. What do I do, right? Some people haven't been in any accidents in their whole entire life. Sometimes it may be the worst experience of their life, and they're just like, oh my God, I don't know what to do. That's my first time in an accident. So what's the first thing you guys normally would do? I would say everyone is on a phone nowadays, so you would Google, what would I do after an accident, or what to do after an accident. So I Googled that question, and I just want to see what you guys see so I can explain what the rights and the wrongs are. So I see stop and notify police. That's correct. So always when you're in an accident, no matter what, you may get the person that says, hey, don't call the cops, I'll take care of it out of pocket. You always get a police report. The police report will secure you in an instance where if you just contact the guy with a phone number, if you just get his phone number and his license, and he says, yeah, we'll pay out of pocket, don't worry about it, that guy could go bye-bye. And then after that, even if you try to go to the cops, they're gonna say now you have to make a civilian report, which just doesn't hold as much weight as a regular police report. So no matter what, you can say, hey, we could figure this out of pocket, no problem, but I just need something for the record. I needed to call the cops just to get this on a piece of paper. Now, what that police report does is it secures you. So whether you would like to go out of pocket and have the person pay, or you go through insurance, that's a heavy weight for the insurance companies, or evidence to show that that guy was there at that time and was involved in an accident with you. So always call the cops, always get a police report. Now, exchange information. A lot of people get into accidents, and the first thing they do is, oh, let me take a picture of your license, let me get your license plate, and let me get your phone number. So what I always like to tell all my customers is, get the picture of the insurance card, the insurance policy card, the actual card that states their policy number and what insurance they have, and the person's name and the registered owner of that vehicle. The problem is sometimes the drivers are different from the owners or the insured on the vehicle. So even if you were to get that police report and it lists the owner and it lists the driver, the insured on the vehicle can be a completely different person. So when you call that person's insurance company and you give them the name, and you give them the address, it doesn't match with anyone on file. Why? Because John Doe is the insured on the vehicle, but then you got this guy that was driving the car at this time and is totally different from the insured. So always take a picture of the insurance card so we could know who's the actual insured on the vehicle, what actual insurance they have on that vehicle, and the address and the information. So when we call it in, it could be a smooth process. Witness information. Now, a lot of insurance companies, when you get into an accident and say you're filing through their insurance and you're segregating, they're like, oh, well, the cop wasn't there to witness the accident. You always have to see if you could have someone else that was there to witness the accident. If there's another witness on scene, always try to get their information, because remember, the cops weren't there to witness the accident. So even though that police report will strengthen the case, you always want to get someone else that witnessed it so you could have a backup. Now, notify your insurance. So yes, you can call your insurance company and notify them, but even if you go third party, they will notify your insurance. By New York State insurance law, they have to notify your insurance to let them know, hey, your insured got into an accident with my insured. It's either A, we're accepting liability, or B, we're denying liability. So if your insured wants to get their car fixed, they have to go through their own policy. So most of the time, especially here at First Class Collision, I always like to say to let me deal with it, only because a lot of insurance companies like to mix it up, make it difficult, and steer you in other directions when they just complicate it, when it really isn't that complicated. What I always tell my customers is, hey, you get into an accident, you get the person's information. If you need a tow, you call me, and if you don't get a tow, then just drive the car over here to my shop. We'll call the insurance company, I'll call in the claim, and he handle the claim from A to Z. And it's just better if I handle it or body shops handle it, because we know the loopholes and we know what direction to put you into, just to move the claim faster and much easier. So there's two things that most insurance companies will try to do when you call them. They'll try to steer you to one of their authorized repair shops. Now, is that okay? Fine. Yeah, that's fine. But it's your car, you pay the premium. It's up to you where you want your car fixed. Just because your insurance says, oh, you have to go to our certified authorized shop to get the car inspected. You do not. That is false. You always tell them, no, this is my body shop of choice. This is where I would like to bring the vehicle, and they have to honor that. So do not fall into the black hole of having to bring the car to one of their authorized repair shops. When reporting an accident, there's two types to report. It's a first party, which means you're going through your primary auto insurance, or there's a third party, which means that you're going through the other person's auto insurance policy. Going first party is the quickest way to get your car fixed. Why? It's your insurance, it's your policy, and we don't have to wait on nobody. You give them your statement, you have a shop, no problem, update shop's information, adjuster comes out, your car gets fixed. Now, going third party is a little different. It's the same process, but takes longer. Why? Because when you give them your statement, the other person's insurance has to get a statement from their insurance policy holder. So that insurance company has up to 30 days where if the customer does not answer the phone or answer their emails or answer their letters that they sent to their house, then it could wait up to 30 days for your car to get fixed, and you cannot be put into a rental until that person or their insured answers the phone and says, hey, yes, I got into an accident, this is what happened, yes, I rear-ended the person. And then when they get that person's statement and they deem it their fault, that's when we could go ahead and put you into a rental and get things moving to fix your vehicle. Now, commercial policies or commercial insurance holders always tend to take a little longer. So like, for example, a UPS truck or a FedEx truck or an Amazon truck, any of these big companies, if they hit you, I always tell my customers to go first party. Now, oh, it's not my fault, I don't want to go through my insurance. Guys, at the end of the day, you pay insurance, you might as well use it. Plus, if it's not your fault, you get everything back. Now, this is what I mean. Let's do a scenario. FedEx truck rear-ends you. It is the FedEx truck's fault for rear-ending you. You call the cops, you get a police report, take a picture of their insurance information, gets their phone number, comes to the body shop. The best thing to do will be to file first party. Why? Because these commercial claims take way longer. So if waiting for a person up to 30 days is bad, figure 2, 3, 4 months. Why? Because it has to go through different channels. There's people always rerouting you, and it just takes a longer time to settle the claim. So what would happen is we would go through your insurance, primary insurance. We'll get your car fixed. We'll tell them what happens. We'll tell your insurance company the other person's insurance information so they can go after them. So what they would do is they will contact that other person that hit you. Since they're at fault, they will severgate with them. When they're severating, they're going to be attacking that other person's insurance for all the damages and charges that they paid for on top of your deductible. Now, what's a deductible? A deductible is when you set up your policy, you set up a deductible to lower your insurance rate. But this is money that you have to lay out to the auto repair shop once the estimate is written. So when the estimate is written, let's say for example, $1,000 worth of damage, you have a $500 deductible. The $500 gets minused out of the estimate, and the body shop only gets paid $500. You as a customer is responsible to pay the $500. Now, going back to the commercial policies. FedEx truck rear-ends you, you go first party, I get you into a rental, they come out, they write up the car, they write up an estimate, we fix the car. Now, it's not your fault, but you went through your policy, you gave me a deductible, you get it back. 100% of the time, you get it back. The insurance companies don't like to tell you that because they don't want to go do the legwork. They don't want to go through all the work of segregating and going towards the other insurance company because they know it's going to take a long time. But once they segregate and they finalize the policy, you get that deductible back, so it's like you never even gave it up. Why? Because it's not your fault. So you get your car fixed for free, you get your car fixed fast, and you don't have to deal with the headache. So some people say, George, putting a claim through my policy, oh, it's going to raise my insurance, it's going to raise my premium. So let me ask you a question. Why have insurance? You pay a monthly premium for what? Yeah, maybe to put your car on the road, but their insurance, that's what they're there for. You use it. Insurance companies go off of certain things. For example, they go off of majority of the time, more percent of why they will increase your insurance is for speeding tickets or property damage, high percent, a lot of money, property damage that you caused, bodily injury, you hit a pedestrian, or traffic violations such as running a stop sign, going through a school zone, that has a better chance of raising your insurance than putting in a claim in your car. Especially if you haven't had any accidents, they usually go off of a year or two basis. So in the past 12 to 24 months, have you been in an accident? Yes? Okay, now, in that accident, did you hit anybody? No. Did you have property damage? No. How much was the damage? Was the accident caused by you? That's what they go by. So, say your car was parked. You were in your house with your family watching a movie. You hear a loud noise. Boom. You walk outside. Somebody hit your car and took off. You don't know who it was. You don't have cameras. You can't find the person. You go to a shop. Hey, I want to fix my car. Somebody hit me and ran, but I don't want to go through my insurance. I don't want it to go up. I want to pay out of pocket. So you're telling me that you were parked, somebody hit your car and left, and you want to pay out of pocket for it? Just listen to that. That sounds really absurd. So what happens is, I'm going to tell you, no, this will go under your insurance as a park and unoccupied no fault claim. Now, what does that mean? That means that you were not in the vehicle and you were not operating the vehicle in the time of the incident, which also means that since it's not your fault, hence no fault claim, this will not jeopardize your premium. Yes, you still have the deductible. Yes, you may not get it back, but most shops, especially at my shop, we like to work with our customers. Even if I charge half of the deductible, or I won't charge you a deductible, depending on how the car writes up, it's totally at the shop's discretion. You 100% are supposed to be liable to pay that shop their deductible, but shops have the option to collect the deductible or how much to collect. But like I said, park and occupy no fault claim. You pay for insurance, you go through the insurance to fix the vehicle. Why pay out of your pocket your hard-earned money? Let's do a little bit of a calculation, right? So say the damages are $1,200. You pay out of your pocket $1,200. Now you're out of your hard-earned working money for $1,200. When, let's say your insurance raises you, what are they gonna raise you? Probably $50, $60 a month. So let's do $50 a month times there's 12 months in a year. That brings you to $600. So you're paying $600 cheaper, and it's like you're financing the money through the insurance company. So why wouldn't you wanna go through insurance? After the 12 months hit, you're allowed to call your insurance company and basically subrogate with them and say, hey, I've had a clean record, I haven't gotten into any accidents, lower my premium back. Guys, remember, sometimes insurance companies are not always on your side. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. So let's say something could be your fault. It could be 100% your fault. But the way you say it could bring you at 50% at fault instead of 100% at fault. Here at First Class Collision, when I say we handle your claim from A to Z, I mean it. From calling it in, from dealing with the claim handler, from fighting liability with the claim handlers. This could be a gruesome process, especially after COVID. A lot of these people are getting trained from homes, from Zoom meetings. They're getting trained online. They don't have a lot of experience. So when you call the 1-800 number, you'll hear a baby in the background. It's just normal people that are working from home that don't have experience, and they're reading what to say off of a screen. Sometimes you just gotta hang up the phone, call them back, and get somebody else on the phone that has some experience. But you don't have to worry with that, because like I said, at my shop, we call, we handle it for you, we fight it. Let me fight it. That is my job, to fight with the insurance companies to get what we need to fix your car correctly and to make you happy. Insurance companies are sometimes a pain to deal with. You just have to know what to say to them, how to say it to them, and what ways you can maneuver your power as a shop and your rights of being the insured. Also, when you get into a car accident and you bring your car to a body shop, most people say, oh, my car has been at your shop for so long, it's been there for 2 weeks. But what you don't know is we cannot, as a body shop, touch your vehicle until the adjuster, the insurance adjuster, comes out to look at your car. Now, in some cases, it takes up to 5 to 7 business days once the claim is made. If the adjuster does not come out within 5 to 7 business days, we are allowed to report them and call them and say, hey, you're breaking New York State insurance law. You have to come out to write up the vehicle today, or you go over your threshold. That forces them to come out within the 5 to 7 business days. Now, once the adjuster is down and they're writing up the vehicle, then the clock starts from there. When you set up your policy and you get into a rental, the average is 30 days, and you could go from $25 a day, $35 a day, or $50 a day, up to $1,000 for 30 days. So say we file first party and the adjuster comes out. We filed the claim on the 1st, but the adjuster didn't come out until the 6th. You lost 5 days of your rental. Technically, that gets added back at the end side, because that's on the insurance for not sending the adjuster out as quickly as they should have. Now, when you get into a rental, you always want to try to stick with your policy limit and the body shops will always try to get the car out as soon as possible before that limit raises. If the limit meets satisfactory and you hit the 30 days, it is not up to the insurance company, it is not up to the body shop to pay for your rental, and the insurance companies cannot do anything about it because that is what you set up your policy for. Unfortunately, in this world that we live in nowadays, especially with COVID, after COVID hit, a lot of body shops, especially mine, are running into problems with parts. People just don't work, which means they don't work in factories, which means the factories can't produce parts in time, which means the parts can't make it to the parts stores on time, which means the parts stores can't deliver the parts. This may prolong the process past the 30 days. Now, understanding it is frustrating, you do have to understand that this is unfortunately how the industry is right now, and it's not like the body shop wants to keep your car forever. Once the adjuster comes out and writes the vehicle, they issue out the check. Once I deposit that check, now it's up to me when to get the car done. I want to get the car out of there as fast as possible. Why? So I can make you happy and I can free up a space to bring in another job to fix that vehicle. If I have a vehicle that paid me $5,000 to fix the damages, but it's blocking up a spot, that forces me to not work onto another vehicle that'll bring me another $2,000 or $3,000. So the faster I get your car out of my shop, that's the fastest that I can also bring in another car and get another job in to make another couple $1,000 or a couple $100 or whatever the job entails of. If I get paid on your vehicle, it's just sitting money for me. So I guess what I'm trying to say is work with the body shops. It may take some time. Unless the shop guarantees you a time, then yes, be upset if the time they don't make it. But still, people that work on your car are professionals, they're technicians. There are other jobs ahead of you sometimes. Things happen, parts don't make it in time. It's just a scenario that you just can't control sometimes. But trust me, every single body shop wants to get the vehicle out as quickly as possible to you. So in this video, I hope you guys understand a little more of how the insurance world works and how if you were into an accident, what to do and the steps to do when you are in an accident. Step 1, call the cops. Take a picture of the person's insurance card, get their information, go to a body shop, have the body shop take care of everything, file third party or first party depending on the situation that you're on. And if you're not at fault, if you go first party, clarify that your insurance company has all the information to subrogate, to go over the person's policy. Or if it's a clear-cut case and you want to file third party so you won't have to wait on your deductible, file third party, but understand that it may take some time and that you may not be able to get into a rental until liability is accepted by that insurance company. And like I said, at First Class Collision, we'll handle the claim for you from A to Z. We'll call it in. If we have to order a police report, we get it. We have rentals on standby. I can finish the whole process within 10 to 20 minutes. Claim reported, in a rental, and moving forward on the process. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any other questions, comments, or concerns, or anything else that you think, put it down in the comment section below, and I'll be glad to answer them, or feel free to DM me on Instagram, or go through our First Class Collision One website. If I missed out on anything, I apologize. This insurance world and this business is so big. There's just so much to talk about, and I don't want to sit here and bore you guys to death. There will definitely be other videos in the future explaining other things, but that wraps it up. Thank you guys for tuning in to another video, and stay tuned for the next one.